I was on the phone with the lawyer investigating Buffalo Public Schools for 2 hours the other day.
I saw your tweet about that today.
2 hours?
I was on the phone with him for 2 hours. He wanted a copy of my binder, so I went to Staples and made a copy. Got that mailed right before I caught my flight here. So that's on the way.
Do you know the Buffalo? Okay.
So I love the tweet you put out today because you said that you had that meeting with the lawyer and he had a copy of the binder and you ended it with "Have the day you deserve."
There's no way they're gonna. I'm like explaining all this shit to him, and like with the dude that broke in through the Magnet Museum, and I have like the letter saying they went into shelter in place. Like recap, the school has 3 lockdown procedures. They have shelter in place, lockout, lockdown. Shelter in place is like there's inclement weather, don't go outside. Lockout is there's an external threat, we're gonna lock the exterior doors. Lockdown is there's an interior threat. You need to bring all the kids in the classroom, lock the door, and take roll call to make sure we have all the kids accounted for. This 33-year-old man breaks into the school, is trying to kidnap kids, is fighting the principal.
So the response should be A.
Well, okay. Probably shoot the guy.
Well,
no.
of the 3 options.
Out of the 3 options.
Oh, okay. So lockdown, lockout, and then there was
Shelter in place, yeah.
Shelter in place. I would probably say if he's inside the building, and we don't want him to get out, so that way we can shoot him.
Right now, let's just protect kids.
Yes.
What's your? Well, yes, we should still shoot him. But
Yeah. The third one?
Yeah, lockdown.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Okay.
you passed.
Oh, thanks.
So they
Right.
went into shelter in
Are
place.
you smarter than Buffalo school system?
They went into shelter in place.
Okay.
And the lawyer's like, yeah, so like when I go into court, they're going to argue that, it was a mistake and, they just didn't make the right call. And I was like, if it was between lock out and lock down, I understand your argument. Maybe they didn't know he was in the school yet. Maybe this, that, maybe they misspoke. Maybe somebody misheard lock down and lock out or whatever. Shelter in place has no role there. At no point do you hear, there's a man inside the school trying to kidnap kids and fighting principals. We better send out the inclement weather alarm.
Yeah.
And the lawyer's like, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why they would do that other than trying to hide it. And then I basically broke down like my whole theory on why they do everything. So in the school district, teachers aren't allowed to call 911 or talk to first responders. They have to go to an administrator, right? Can't do it. Like I have interviews of teachers telling me like I had a kid pass out, go unresponsive. I wasn't allowed to call 911. We called the principal and the principal said, we're not calling 911. They made the parents come pick the kid up. And so my whole theory is because they had 17,731 phone calls between September 2021 and current date 2025 to 911.
Yeah.
And 54% of them were listed as school other. They have no idea what the calls pertain to. So my theory is that the teachers aren't allowed to talk to 911 because if they tell 911 what's happening, they're going to appropriately categorize the nature of the call. So they only let the administrators do it so they can be vague and just be like, oh, well, you just need to show up here. We've got an emergency. So they don't know what to write down. So it gets miscategorized. So it doesn't make them look bad. And I like broke this all down for the lawyer. And he's like, oh, that makes sense.
That's probably for them getting extra benefits for their...
No, it's just they just don't want to look bad. Like it just looks bad on the school if it's like, oh, their kids are fighting again. Yeah. This is happening again. So what happened in Buffalo School District is after the George Floyd incident, the school board got together and basically said, we're not going to have school police officers anymore. Okay. We're going to have a private security firm. So they kicked all the cops out. And since then, school violence has gone up tremendously. There's been shootings, stabbings, everything. And so I'm guessing that they just don't want to look bad and look dumb. So
well, it's probably more important to protect the kids than their image, you would assume.
They've only got one image. They've got 60,000 kids.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You figure that would be the common denominator. No, apparently it was a lot bigger problem than just Buffalo. A lot of people were just like, no, we got to look good. Forward facing. That's
so
all that
fucked
matters.
up.
Yeah, the kids.
Yeah, no, that.
And it was crazy the level of, I mean, it was great to see the change. Well, change starting to happen because your binder. Dude, when he showed up with that binder, like none of us knew that. And then on that second video, Nick's like, we're like, bro, what? And then you see the tab sticking out. It's the size of a Bible. We're like, what the
Cody's in group chat like, Nick, are you just hiring private investigators? How did you find out 5 years ago one of the school board members crashed out drunk on the
You went back how many years? You were in like in the
It was in the
70s?
70s, yeah.
Jesus.
Honestly, though, there is nothing more that I love than seeing these government cunts who are used to just everything that they do is, wrapped in obscurity or deniability, actually get consequences and get called out and bullied for the decisions that they're making.
And then
'Cause these
realize
people-
it's not going to go away. I'm not a teacher at the school board meeting that you can tell me my time's up with speaking. Like,
Yep. These people, like, that is the degree to which they're used to having any sort of accountability for the shit that they do.
Yep.
They're used to basically acting with impunity until they met our crew of retards.
Yeah. They're used to talking to 30 people at a time.
Well, here's a couple million, and they're pissed.
And then those million are what? Then we have select people, heck, Asman, that are reacting to that and watching it, getting it out even wider. And you're like, oh, yeah, have fun. What happened to any of the one chick that was drinking wine and flipping
so.
off the...
oh, she's still on the school board.
That's
It's okay.
wild to me.
Just wait. I got it in my phone calendar. I got the alert. It's 3 years from now, but the Erie County District Attorney's elections coming up. Most expensive Erie County District Attorney election in history was $200,000.
Well,
I'm about to end that guy's career.
Are you going to run or what are you going to do?
Huh? No,
yeah,
I'm
he's
just
not
gonna
gonna run,
I'm just
but-
gonna be his worst nightmare when he tries to run.
Oh, I love that even more.
I might have some connections now that can help you with that.
Good. I can't wait. He thinks I'm gonna forget over the course of that. I'm not gonna forget.
Ask Tony. I know how to make a million spend like 10.
You guys are getting the government's fucking lie. It's like all the different story arcs. I'm like, what the is going on with this crew? Like,
I just know how to be
government.
I just know how to be the sleep paralysis demon of bad politicians.
God, we should have body cams for politicians.
Yeah, I still think it would be very funny if a congressman showed up day one, like take the swearing in ceremony with a NASCAR jacket of all of the packs or whatever, set the precedent. Because there'd be some interesting patches on some interesting jackets.
Yeah, I still find it wild. It is a dumbass podcast of YouTubers that now have very friends in very high places all of a sudden, and that's where I do not get it. It's like Congress, you decided to do that, and then you got 400 votes off? 500?
407. Yeah, that number doesn't keep me up at night.
No, that's very correct. And then it's also like a couple weeks ago, we're at General George's house, kicking it with the top brass of the entire military
And senators.
and senators and governors. Like, you're like, the weirdest experience possible is that, especially all of us got out as E4s. I think Brandon was an E7, but like the rest, you never see a general, and like you kind of know the military because you're dad, but then you're like generals, and then you're just texting buddies now. You're like, what are we doing? We're retards, yo. He's wearing, well, not now, but a tuxedo tie to the Pentagon.
I did wear a tuxedo tank top to the Pentagon. That was dope.
That's sick.
Got a lot of dirty looks. Didn't care. It was funny because I'd see like I was in the army, so like I'm looking at rank as I'm walking through this bitch, and I'm wearing my tux. I'm the only guy in a tank top, obviously.
I've never
I'm
heard
walking-
anybody refer to the Pentagon as this bitch.
I was about to say.
Whatever. And we're walking through
Okay,
it, and
this has got to get cut. A plane just hit this bitch.
so I'm like walking through the Pentagon. I'm seeing like full bird colonels, lieutenant colonels, 1-star generals that are like double taking and looking, and then they'll like start beelining towards me, and then as they get closer, they like see who I'm walking with and talking to, and then they
Beeline the other way.
they veer off and don't say shit. I was like, this is hilarious. These guys don't know I just had 4 White Claws.